Les Miserables, the Phantom of the Opera, Les Miserables, or the Phantom of the Opera. Which one of these two 25th anniversary concerts do you like the best? You know, much better than the other. I know, hard for all of you to say, if you know what I mean. Well, anyway, hi ladies and dudes, this is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop197. This is my review for a day. And today I have no review, ladies and dudes. I've been waiting for this type of question that Mr. Code hadn't done yet. If he ever see those two 25th anniversary concerts that featured the two best musicals of all time. One is the mighty Les Miserables, and the other is the Phantom of the Opera. And yes, these two concerts have a couple of things in common, you know, like a couple of people that we're all familiar with. One is that Sakara McIntosh dude, Ramin Karamu, John Irvin Jones, Coleman Wilkinson, and it's so hard to pronounce that dude's name, the guy who played the drunken schoolboy, Ad Ral. So yeah, the biggest question I want to ask all of you, if you guys have seen both of these concerts, if you got it on Blu-ray, DVD, or you got the whole entire soundtrack for them both, which one of the two anniversary concerts do you like the best? Do you like Les Miserables or the Phantom of the Opera? I guess everybody wants to know what's my main answer to my main question. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you anyway. My most favorite 25th anniversary concert do I love the best is Les Miserables. There's a whole lot of positive things I really love about Les Miserables, the 25th anniversary edition. Something that really did blow me away the most. So I'll go ahead and tell you about it. So here are my whole ton of positive things I really love about the 25th anniversary edition of the Les Miserables. One good positive thing is the whole entire cast. I really love the cast. From Alfie Bohn to Nova Lewis to Nick Jonas, Ramin Karamu, Matt Lucas, some others. Everybody and everyone did a great job with their characters and the performance of the songs. And yes, another good positive thing I love about this 25th anniversary edition Les Miserables is all the songs. All the songs are perfectly well done and perfectly well spot on. I mean, it's very darn memorable from start to finish. Well, it says I have a few nitpicks here or there for it, sadly to say. What's another good positive? I really like the part, you know, when you pick these three young people who play the three young characters, they had to be in their teens or their 20s. You know, the one who did Marius and Cosette and Evanine, they had to be in their rightful age type. So that was an excellent choice. And the costume designs are pretty well done. I love all the costume designs that all the people have, wore for this 25th anniversary concert. And yeah, the finale was so darn epic. I really love the finale. I do like the ending part, and also when we see the familiar people who did the original version of Les Miserables. And I also love those four dudes who played Jean Bon Jovi, who did bring him home. It was very powerful, very unique, and it's really cool to see different type of versions of Jean Bon Jovi playing one of the most beautiful songs I have ever heard in my whole entire life. And like I said about the interesting fun facts you should know about the 25th anniversary edition of the 2010 version of Les Miserables, you got two Phantoms in this corner and you got two non-Phantoms in the other corner. Well, if you pay attention to my interesting fun facts about the Les Miserables, the 25th anniversary edition in 2010, you'll know what I'm talking about. And yeah, it's really cool to see three familiar Phantoms. You know, Coleman Wilkinson, Romain Caramu, and John Overend-Jones. All three of them were there in that amazing concert. I mean, everybody did a really good job. It blew me away from start to finish. And yeah, Sally, I have a few nitpicks of the 25th anniversary edition of Les Miserables. One major problem I have is the choir. Yeah, you know, the choir always steals the show every time I listen to a concert. I just don't like the part where the choir wants to be a part of Master of the House. It kind of ruined the song for me. Since I remember Matt Lucas is having a really good time playing the innkeeper, and since I know he's one of the best parts about the song, but I just don't feel comfortable with the choir being a part of the song. I wish they'd just cut them off and just let those people down there sing that song, if you know what I mean. Well, I know the choir will work here and there for a few of the songs. And another major problem I have with the 25th anniversary edition of Les Miserables, I got confused about the end. You know, the part where Jean Bon Jovi is ready to pass away. Why is Eponine there? The problem is Eponine wasn't there. You know, he hadn't got to know Jean Bon Jovi. I know there was a part in the story where she did give Jean Bon Jovi that letter that came from Arius. Well, it's just that Jean Bon Jovi did not know it was Eponine dressing up as a boy in disguise. I think it would have been better if the Bearship dude should have been there, and since there was a movie version about it where the Bearship was there at the end of the story, I think it made more perfect sense that Jean Bon Jovi needs to be with two people that he is very darn familiar with for a short period of time. Besides, Eponine showing up at the end, that really did not make any sense, if you know what I mean. I don't want to go too much with some nitpicks I found here or there. But overall, I love the 25th anniversary edition of Les Miserables. It's very powerful, very unique, and it's something that will blow me away from start to finish. And now let's go on to one of my main thoughts about the Phantom of the Opera, the 25th anniversary edition. I will say it was somewhat good, somewhat okay for me. You know, like, it's in the middle, but like 1 point up. Well, I'll go with the positives first, what I do like. I like Romain Caramu's performance as the Phantom of the Opera. I love Sierra Boggess as Christine Daae. Whoever that lady is who played Madame Jury. They were the three best performances I really do care about for this 25th anniversary concert. I will say for the second best is the dude who played Carlotta's husband, since he's pretty good. And whoever that dude is who played one of the managers, the skinny one, since I really like a couple of his funny moments here and there. I like the few speaking parts here and there that was in the musical. You know, where some of them have to do some talking. That was pretty darn cool. I will say for some of the songs, they were hit and miss for me. You know, some of them worked, some of them didn't. Let's see. I will say for the costume designs, it was hit and miss for me. Let's see. I really love the finale where Andrew Lloyd Webber came by. I love that part. I do love the curtain call. That was pretty darn cool. And yeah, the finale with Sarah Brightman. Some of these couple of fans we already know, or some of them we don't know here and there. That was pretty darn cool. And I like when Ramin joins the other fans sing the song for Music of the Night. That was pretty darn cool. So yeah, I do have some mixed feelings. It's a guilty pleasure thing for the 25th anniversary edition of the Phantom of the Opera. So yeah, I have mixed feelings with it. I do have a couple of flaws, sadly to say. I really don't like the costume designs for the Masquerade. It looks horrible and terrible, and the costume designs are kind of cringe-worthy. Way too cringy for my taste. Ugh. I don't like that, the costume design that Christine wore for the Masquerade. That looks kind of horrible. You know, kind of like a princess-like. Ugh. Horrible. And, I remember there was a part in that, I know it happened on the Broadway show too. Why the heck these dudes had to dress up in tuxedos? You know, in the whole entire, the whole entire concert or the whole entire show. I'm just confused about that. Seeing every single dude, well, I don't mind the fan wearing a tuxedo. That kind of makes sense to me. But I think seeing dudes wearing tuxedos all the way through to the show is kind of weird. I don't know why they have to wear suits. Maybe they don't have time to wear suits. They gotta wear the tuxedo all the way through to the show. So they'll laugh my head off. And yeah, there was one of the things that kind of confused me in the Phantom of the Opera story for the Broadway show or the musical itself. Why the heck the Phantom of the Opera want to throw fireballs in the graveyard? You know, while Christine and Raoul are there. I was so darn confused about that part. Why the Phantom want to throw fireballs at them? Does he want to burn them both to death? And make sure they can't get out alive? Yeah, that looks like a plot hole, and it kind of ruins the character of the Phantom of the Opera just a little bit. Oh boy. Hey. Really? Yeah. I will say my biggest problem I have with the 25th anniversary of the Phantom of the Opera, that's my biggest problem the most, is the actor who played Raoul. A guy that I cannot pronounce his name. I mean, he's truly the worst part about the show for me. I mean, I don't know why people say they picked this guy as Raoul and they gave him respect for it. For me, he's truly the worst part about the show. I mean, his acting is fine. I like his acting. But it's his singing. He's horrible at it. I remember he rushed the lyrics too much and, he sounded a bit too old. He sounds like he's in his 40s, not in his 20s. They should have found a much better singer somewhere who has a voice that sounds like in the 20s and not in the 40s. Yeah, his voice is way too cringy for my taste. I mean, it really hurts my stomach. That's for sure. Yep. Yeah, Sally, the actor who played Raoul, he was truly the worst part about the 25th anniversary concert of the Phantom of the Opera. I will say, I don't mind him being friends with Ramin and Sierra since they have really good buddyship. I don't mind that. But I think, well, his performance is fine, but it's his singing that's kind of horrible. I wish they should have known better. You know, before they could find somebody who could sing perfectly and, you know, just find a way to play Raoul right. Hard for me to say. So I will say for my 25th anniversary concert of the Phantom of the Opera, it's somewhat good, somewhat okay, but Sally, I have a few major problems with it. Oh yeah, I forgot one last thing. The Wandering Child was truly the worst song ever because I don't like the part where Raoul's in it and they destroyed that song. I think the movie version of the Phantom of the Opera is 10 times better than this one. That's for sure. So, what do you think, ladies and dudes? What do you think of my main question of the day? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's pretty decent? And tell me, what is your most favorite 25th anniversary concert do you like the best? Les Miserables or Phantom of the Opera? Whichever it is, leave a comment there and let me know. And join me next time for more videos to come in the main future. And I'll see you guys later. Sayonara and happy Thanksgiving.